A kind day to you all, I'm Ginsmark, and this is my first 15 with Star Wars Battlefront, the latest iteration in the classic competitive FPS franchise, and I am just as cautiously excited as any of you, so let's get straight into it. Checking the settings, the controls are very adjustable, the keys are remappable for controllers and keyboards alike, and as for the visuals, they are contemporary genre standard, as well as including a suite of colorblind profiles for those with visual impairment, which is really refreshing to see from a AAA company like DICE and EA. However, I know very few of you came here to see settings menus. So let's connect to a multiplayer match, as there's sort of a cross-section of modes available for the current open beta version, and I am rather curious to see exactly what I'm in for. So it seems like we can actually see a cross-section as well of some of the modes not currently available, however planned for the future. So I'll start with Drop Zone. Drop Zone's Sullust. Escape pods are crashing down on the planet. Rebels and Imperials must claim them. The side that claims the most escape pods wins. Alright, simple enough. Let's see here. Unlocks. Equip and customize. It seems I have very little in the way of customizability currently. Visual customization not available in beta. Alright. Star cards. What are these? I assume these are collectible cards that one can play for each match. Alright. And as for my primary weapons, I have yet to unlock any additional. Alright. So match starts. Let's see. Activate the escape pod to start claiming it. Defend the escape pod while it is being claimed. The side that claims the most escape pods wins. Alright. And this is a very pretty game. I'm already very impressed with the visuals. And I kind of place a critical importance upon the action, considering no single-player campaign is coming to Battlefront. It's entirely multiplayer, co-op, and competition oriented, which means the competition needs to sell it. Oh, whoa! Alright. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of staring at the visual spectacle. Oh, there are ships in orbit. I recognize these. Those are Mon Calamari cruisers. I'm sorry. I will absolutely show just how much of a Star Wars nerd I really am. Let's see. Defend the pod. Yes, I shall. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where was that fire coming from? Some down there. Alright. So this particular mode is pretty comparable to the conquest modes of DICE's previous work. New pod incoming. Where is it? Can I see it drop? I think I could. Yeah. I kind of caught a short glimpse of that. Alright. Let's move. Oh man. This is so pretty. And the audio score is incredible. It really manages to channel the exact same, sort of aesthetic as the audio from the films. And I actually recently visited my local game shop, and one of the clerks there was actually able to play an early version of this at an expo, and I received assurances that we shall see none of the prequel content in this game. It's entirely original trilogy oriented, with apparently some new maps such as the Jakku map coming from the sequel trilogy. Let's see, whoa. Whoa, they have a jetpack. Do I have a jetpack? Nope, I do not have a jetpack. Alright, let's see. I've actually contributed very little to this match. I'm just so enthralled with what I'm seeing. Alright. And I'm also incredibly impressed with the amount of care that was shown as far as DICE considering the source material and making it as close to its inspiration as possible. including visiting some of the Lucasfilm warehouses for the props and the original set pieces to make sure they were as correct as possible. And I've had my criticisms of some of DICE's work in the past. At the same time, however, I was very impressed to see the amount of care that went into these. What am I even standing under? Alright, that's a Lambda shuttle, alright. Yes, I know what it's called! Sue me! Alright. Victory! Even the way I say that is a Star Wars reference. For those of you who get it... Alright. Combat score... I received a fair amount, considering my rather lackluster contribution to combat. So, it keeps increasing, alright. This is making me feel incredibly important. Aha, alright, so there is a score to credit conversion. Excellent, alright, so now I kinda wonder, can I spend any of that to acquire new equipment? You ranked up and new star cards are available. Go to your unlocks to view them. Alright. What have I with these? Thermal detonators. Alright, so star cards cost credits, which are earned with each match. Alright, and seeing as I have 662 credits, I can unlock several cards at a shot. So I'll unlock a thermal detonator! And check as well to see exactly what the cost is of acquiring, say, new blasters. Now edit your hand. The star cards in your hand are the ones you bring into game. Alright. So... there we are. Blasters. E11, yes! The standard rifle of the Imperial soldiers. Equip. Ah, wait. Since I am on the Imperial side this time, this is what I have. Can I unlock any of these? Ah, alright, it seems as though this chevron symbol is an indication of one's rank, and it seems like each of these are unlocked at a certain rank. Alright, I can work with this. So, let's connect once again. We shall take the fight to the rebel scum. So, start? Yes. Oh, man. I could stare at these visuals all day. Alright, there we are. That's actually a very smooth transition from essentially aiming down sight to aiming through an optic. Let's see. Alright. Climb the pod! I'm on the move. I cannot say how much I appreciate this soundtrack. Let's see here. How do I actually play my thermal detonator card? I'm not sure. There we are. Alright, made it. Defend the pod. Yes. Already, I can call this combat a significant improvement over the classic formula, which is no surprise considering the relative age of the most recent of the Battlefront franchise, which I still very much enjoy to this day. And contact is coming from this area, so let's see. Can I... yeah! Alright, so number keys play my cards. Have a thermal detonator. Excellent. You rebel scum shall be put down! Ow, ow, ow. Next pod. Ah. Ah. Alright. That was a well-placed shot. Respawn. And I will certainly cover this in additional depth on stream, as I recognize this is one of those titles that one can't, even in a limited state such as an open beta, really take the full measure of in a short amount of time. So, in the couple of episodes I will pre-record for it, I aim to cover, essentially, the fundamentals, the foundation upon which the rest of it is structured.
We have secured the escape pod.
And I'll call this as solid as any of DICE's previous works in terms of its responsiveness, its visual quality, and certainly its audio. Some of the shooting feels a little stiff. For instance, the rate of fire of some of these blasters, while considerably true to source, compared to other FPS titles, does feel a little stiff, a little unresponsive. And sometimes it seems as though there's, at least in my limited current experience, a slight delay from when I pull the trigger to... what was that? Oh, that was a vent. No wonder I took damage. There you are. So when the shot actually occurs... Alright. Fair play to you. It was a well done flank. So let's see here. Can I currently afford anything new? Nope. That is so satisfying to hear when I am playing on the Imperial side. Okay. So, I'll cover this as well in additional episodes as necessary to check into some of the other modes available. Oh, nice. Emplaced canon. Very cool. And I know I'm kinda quiet as far as commentary is concerned. I kinda think this speaks for itself in many ways. Okay. Man, the sheer scope of this map. The effective combat zone is actually fairly small, and yet it manages not to feel very cramped.
We have captured the escape pod.
Victory. Alright. So once again, I was actually fairly low on my team, as I'm still kind of rusty. So that covers this episode of Star Wars Battlefront. I'll cover Walker Assault, as well as whatever missions are available in additional episodes. It seems Survival is the only one currently available, so I'll either devote a single episode apiece or a rather long episode as necessary for those. So stick around for that. I'm Kinsmark here at Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed. Driver, once around the park. Charles, I swear, have you been hitting the eggnog again? I know it's not Christmas time, Charles. You've been lying to me. Again.